Morning. Please stand in body or spirit as we sing our gathering music. Come sing a song with me, number 346 in the Gray Hymnal. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love when it rolls in the winter tide. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love that rolls in the winter tide. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love that rolls in the winter tide. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter tide. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Hillsborough, UUCH, where we constantly strive to be an open and welcoming congregation to all who seek community and support. We don't worship in one specific way every week, and we don't require that we all adhere to one specific creed or common belief. Rather, we are a covenant community committed to loving and supporting each other in our individual lifelong quest for truth and meaning in matters of personal faith. Welcome to you, old friends and new. You are an essential part of our celebration today. Whether today is your first or your 1000th Sunday in our midst, we are stronger because you are with us. We are one people of many beliefs, many origins, sexualities, and genders. We are all growing, all learning, all loved. Just as you are welcome here. Everyone, please turn and welcome those sitting around you with a hearty good morning. Hello. My name is Tristan Cerami, and I am the worship coordinator for today's service. As a lay-led congregation, there are many contributors, many behind the scenes, who make our services even possible. So we give a big thank you to everyone who helps make this a great place to gather, learn, and grow in spirit and love and community. Before we create our time for worship, I'd like to remind everyone that after this service, we will enjoy coffee and tea in the back of the sanctuary, or out here. If you are visiting today, please consider staying so we can get to know you a little better. Also, please take a moment to look at your order of service and see the announcements on the back. Now we can take a brief moment to share any other important announcements that are not listed in the order of service. Everyone also please check to see that your cell phone is either turned off or in worship mode, silenced. So if you have any announcements that are not in the order of service, please come up to the side mic.
A very brief announcement, which is just a small change in our plans for the holiday parade. We are going to be a walking parade float this year. We're not going to do a pull behind float. So if you are planning to participate with us, make sure that you are in comfortable shoes for walking. It's not terribly long, and we'll be passing out candy, same as last year. So thank you.
Is this next weekend?
It is.
So soon, I know.
Alrighty. Well, if there are no more announcements, we'll move on to our chalice lighting. Our chalice lighter this morning is Pal Palmore, and our chalice lighting words are, "Look to this day. Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the verities and realities of your existence, the bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of beauty. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day." Now please stand in body or spirit as we sing our opening hymn, "We Lift Our Hearts in Thanks," number 355 in the Gray Hymnal. Sharing joys and sorrows is a special ritual in our Sunday services. The ritual happens in two parts. First, we take time to share out loud, and then we make time for silent acknowledgments of concerns and sorrows, or joys or special milestones that have occurred since we last gathered. Both parts include dropping stones into the vase on the altar, symbolizing a metaphorical communal collection of our experiences. By taking time to share, we strengthen the bonds between us. First, we take time to share aloud. We do not record what is shared aloud, so for those joining online, there will be a short break when people here speak. If you are joining us online and would like to share your joys or concerns with us in the room, please put it in the chat and tell us whether you would like it read aloud, and we'll drop a stone for you. If you feel moved to speak, we invite that you take a moment to center yourself and gather your thoughts. We kindly ask that you speak from the heart and keep your words short and meaningful. still and small, deep inside all, I hear you call, singing. In dark and rain, sorrow and pain, still you remain, singing, calming my fears, quenching my tears, through all the years, singing.
We hold all these things within the heart of this community, both spoken and unspoken, by remaining silent for a moment as we consider what has been shared and how we might respond. Let us close our sharing time together by saying Amen and blessed be. Amen and blessed be. Now, I'd like to ask our RE teacher to tell us what the kids will be up to in RE today. Then, we will bless our RE classes on their way by singing the words printed in the back of your great hymnal and in your order of service.
I believe Annabelle and Alex are going to supervise replay.
Yeah. So.
All right. Ready.
May your mind be open to new learning. May your lips bring truth into the world. May your heart know love and your hands do the work of justice. As you go your way in peace. As you go your way in
Our sermon this morning is called Practicing Hope, and it is written by Reverend Nancy Combs Morgan. The Reverend feels blessed to serve on the southern region of the UUA as a congregational life consultant, and she is passionate about the transformative impact of her faith for children, youth, and young adults. Their sermon will be read by a lay member of her congregation, Janie Kiles.
So this morning I'll be reading a sermon given by the Reverend Nancy Combs Morgan. And I just want to note, if you hear me say I or me, I'm speaking as her, not as myself. So let's begin. Let's set an intention. May this experience enable a shared practice of hope by embracing a whole community vision and naming that we are choosing to lead with love. If you are showing up in a struggle to be hopeful, know that you are not alone. Yet remember that right next to that which we love is an eternal source of hope. In shared pursuit of radical culture change, in that we seek to mutually create glimpses, moments, and sustained experiences of beloved community. Let us remember then to engage in daily spiritual practices, such as this worship service, to bring practices of hope and recalibration to our hearts. On this day and in the days to come, may our individual and collective sources of hope be kindled in fellowship and multi-generational learning. So let us seek to open our minds, our hearts, our bodies, to the shared wisdom and inspiration among us. As I mentioned, I am a member of the UUA's Southern Regional Staff, and wherever we show up, know that we bring an internal covenant, elements of which include, in love, we will speak truth with integrity, listen to others deeply, practice empathy, and embrace and appreciate diversity of our differences. In the spirit of joy, we seek to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. That is our legacy. So we take time to call in our ancestors. Well, what is the internal covenant that you arrived with today? Know that covenantal practices also engender hope and build loving community, for no matter the age, each of us places value upon the promises that we make to one another. We grow and change in that promise-keeping and promise-making. Friends, the Unitarian Universalism that we will co-create today and what we aspire as the Unitarian Universalism that is not yet, may we keep hope in our hearts for our beloved community as we seek to embrace mystery with the intent to be open and willing to struggle, learn, and grow. So with that covenantal intention of which I invite you to be a part, I begin with a passage of a song, a piece that I often sing at the beginning of workshops or many different worship services that I hope you all will also encounter when you need a source of inspiration. The piece begins, I am open, I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. That moving piece is offered graciously by Holly Meir, and in it we are reminded that such an intention calls us each to reflect individually, yet by invoking it together, we foster a mutual shared hope to be open to change. Friends, our path is painfully apparent, painful in that we gather in a time where fascism is washing over our land and where throughout the world there is untold suffering on the rise. By sharing our hearts and commitments with one another, we become communities of care and courage that hopefully seek to link with other communities of resistance with the goal to lessen and eliminate suffering. And yes, those efforts must be whole community efforts. Our young people need to have models of inspiration and courage to sustain them for the years ahead. And more importantly, they need the life-saving skills of how to be practitioners of hope. Our path is before us, which may at times feel insurmountable. Yet let us remember to listen and tend to our hearts, to seek consciousness raising together, to gather skills of resistance, share with others what feels like too much to bear, and remember to share the joys that you find along the way. The joys and blessings will be found when you participate in communities of culture change, and therefore always be open to change, a change which dwells in curiosity, wonder, and possibility. Here we are as Unitarian Universalists, worshiping at a time of tremendous challenge, where democracy is at stake, along with the critical urgency of naming and adapting to the climate crisis. With these tumultuous times, it may feel close to impossible that anything good could result from this moment of profound challenge. Well, curiously, what I am observing is that the challenges have also provided compelling opportunities to find that which is central to our understanding of community. Hardship has brought a hyper-focus on that which is essential. What many congregational leaders have shared with me is that somehow, some way, they have simply been striving to maintain a sense of connectedness and to embody being a community of care and radical welcome. One real outcome in this time of challenge is that across the nation, our Unitarian Universalist congregations have seen a significant uptick in visitors, especially families with small children. Those visitors are often folks who are being treated less than simply due to their identities. They're looking for trustworthy space, communities of care, inspiration, and support for their entire families. Well, what then can we do to further prepare ourselves for a warm and radical welcome? First is to have the intent for greater connectedness, for we must embody loving, multi-generational relationships as the core to our understanding of being in community. Those multi-generational relationships which deeply demonstrate care for the physical, mental, and spiritual well-being of all, from our 4-year-olds to our 84-year-olds. Here we are demonstrating care for one another by experiencing a shared worship experience. We have gathered to affirm hopefully that our connection is worthy, our endeavor is shared, and that we are not alone. In communal worship, we lift up and ascribe worth to the ideas which will inspire and bolster our intention to be multi-generational communities of deep care, communities of care for one another, communities that care about being a part of the greater world. For in this very moment, we remind ourselves by naming and affirming ritual that the center, the heartbeat, the truly unlimited source of connection and renewal and community is how we demonstrate love. Love for one another, love for the natural world, love for all beings, love for self. In communal response of such love, today we will hopefully help to renew your commitment to practice hope by actively building whole community experiences, by carrying the best from our tradition forward, responding to the needs in our current context, and by affirming that even in times of great cultural challenge, we will not relinquish the intent to help grow and support humane and caring people of all ages and all identities who seek to create peace, justice, and beauty in themselves and in the greater world. Well, you may ask, how can we do more than react? And whether the enormous challenge of the moment, yet let us remember as Unitarians and Universalists, and as Unitarian Universalists, we have been in pursuit of the common good for well over 300 years here in North America, as a welcoming, open, non-credo democratic experiment in religious liberty. We have boldly envisioned a world where difference does not determine equal treatment, where all have unfettered access to education and life-sustaining resources, where we are all free to experience happiness, freedom, justice, and peace. That is what we are charged as Unitarian Universalists to build our lives upon. That is our good news, our gospel. Yet to care and help change the greater world, we must affirm and pledge ourselves anew to Unitarian Universalist covenant-centered values embodied by hope, love, joy, and courage, and so many more wonderful values. And I ask you, if you affirm those values, do you perceive them only as serving the health and well-being of adults? I bet you don't. For many of you know, in your own extended family context, you know the critical importance of transmitting, sharing, and modeling hope, love, joy, and courage to the young people in your lives. They need your example. They need your stories and examples of courage to anchor them as they face the many uncertainties in our contemporary culture. Yet young people in your community do not just need your example. They need your openness of heart, your willingness to be transformed, your willingness to be in relationship with them. They are also seeking to actually embody those multi-generational relationships in ways where they can grow. But that requires you to know their names and to be sure to share of yourself when you do encounter youth and children in your congregation. You will be transformed by those encounters. But we must collectively seek transformation grounded on those shared values combined with our covenantal promises, which hopefully will call us to a greater sense of generosity, or at the core of our community experience, we are compelled to thoughtfully assess where we actually are in regard to those values. The times we are living in compel us to do a values self-check. Actually, you will answer that question every time you congregate and share of yourselves with one another. And by doing so, you are hopefully building deep multi-generational connections. That's the heart song of meaning. That's the heart song of meaning making as a congregation, and it is embodied in how you promise to be with one another. So let us remember that we have the capacity to have a shared vision informed by our love of ideas. And it is true, we do love learning which comes from many sources. Yet despite that love, we're also being called to change how we learn together and what we learn together. Let us attest that knowledge is ever changing, that we must seek out greater wisdom in the natural world and social sciences, as well as many other realms of knowledge. That is also a hope-based practice to seek further education. And as we then experience this wake-up call, we must continue to find ways to deepen our multi-generational another. When you hear whole church, whole community language, that's what we're talking about, a truly multi-generational, embodied experience. So let us, in closing, affirm that we care for our children and young people and their families, so that everyone has a place each week to be inspired to name and lay their burdens down for a time. A place where everyone can hear the stories of people of all ages and cultures, stories that illuminate, but the type of sharing that impacts their lives in real ways, which lead them to practice hope with love, kindness, and service to the greater world. In closing, I offer this reading from my dear colleague, Reverend Carlton Elliott Smith. Let us remember all life is a gift. You are a part of a network of congregations, communities, and leaders who care for one another and need each other to survive. You are a part of a faith that is committed to peace, liberty, and justice for all, especially when inequality and greed seem to be the order of the day. You are a part of a universe that is abundant with possibilities, including this extraordinary chance to reshape society and culture, such that the focus of our shared humanity is then our absolute awareness. So in faith and in closing, may it be so.
Thank you, Jenny. Each Sunday, we take up a monetary offering to support various worthy causes. When we have a fifth Sunday in the month, the offering goes to the minister's discretionary fund. Please donate by placing cash or checks in the offering basket, and if by check, please write plate on the memo line. Or you can go to our website, uuchnc.org, and click the donate button. Or you can use the QR code printed in your order of service. Thank you for your generosity.
This is an instrumental tune that we're going to do, and it just struck me sitting there listening that I think of this as more of a meditation, and this would be a good time, like while we're playing this, you can close your eyes and think about the words that we just heard in the message. And this is the Falls of Richmond, and you could also imagine the James River going through downtown Richmond. There's the water going down.
Join me in an offering, a blessing for the offertory. For the love that surrounds us every morning, for the friends beside us, and for the generous gifts just received, let us be truly grateful. Now please stand in body or spirit as we sing our closing hymn, We Would Be One, number 318 in your great hymnal.
Our hymn of love to pledge ourselves
Our closing words are "The Blessing of Truth Be Upon Us" by Duke T. Gray. The blessing of truth be upon us, the power of love to direct us and sustain us, and may the peace of this community preserve our going out and our coming in, from this time forth until we meet again. Now please join me as we extinguish our UU sacred flame. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go in peace, my friends, and blessed be.